All right. And we've already had a chance to hear a little bit of her voice, her speaking voice. I'm not going to ask her to sing today. And if you're watching the YouTube video, then you've had a chance to see her lovely, beautiful young face. But to go
Oh,
dive fully into our guest segment, who are going to be there? Today we have Miss Sandra Okuboyejo, straight out of Brooklyn.
straight
Andrew,
out of Brooklyn.
straight
Hey.
out of Brooklyn. Girl, welcome to Who Are Gonna Be There. You
Thank
here.
you. I'm here.
You here, girl. Still like Sealy. Almost
Yes.
like Sealy.
Let me tell you, that song works for everything. I'm
It,
here.
it really does. Also because it's 4 songs in one. Like that song has movements. Okay.
Movements.
It's like a
Wow.
Baroque piece. It
Yeah.
has a movement.
What a beautiful, I mean, out of all the 11 o'clock numbers of a show, I feel like that one encompasses the
It
most.
really does.
Wow.
That reprise
Character.
is the novel.
Yeah.
The novel, The Color Purple. That yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
The
so
color
yeah,
purple so beautiful. Yeah, yeah.
we're gonna be here, us and Sealy and Nettie and
Yes, the whole fam.
everybody.
Sugar Avery, we're all here. The chairs on the wall, the
Right.
set.
The chairs on the wall. So we've heard a few of your thoughts in general, and a couple of descriptions of who you are and what you do. But I believe our listeners would love to hear your version and your words of
Mm.
who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
Hmm. Hi, my name is Sandra Okuboyejo. I am a Nigerian American artist. I would consider myself an artist over an actor because there are so many mediums I find myself interested in. But mainly, I'm just interested in life, like the way that it is expressed, the way that it's lived, the way it's detested, the way that people yearn for it. I think that life is so complex, and the best way for me to explore those complexities and share it is through art. So that's kind of why I do it. I just have a lot of love in my heart, a lot of empathy, and storytelling and creating. It's the only way I feel or not the only way, but my main way to contribute to the world and also receive um, lessons from the world as well.
Yeah, yeah. I really appreciate that description and that answer because one thing I've learned in the pandemic for sure is how urgent it is to honor the main way you practice your purpose and your presence.
Mm-hmm.
Not because everyone doesn't get the opportunity or space or permission or courage to practice their main way.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have like unlocked that or identified that, even
Yeah.
if it's your main way, but you have to put more focus to something for a little bit, like having that acknowledgement and honoring that it's the main way, that
Yeah.
revolutionizes everything you do.
I agree. I agree. I
Yeah.
have this journal also. It's called Your Daily Rock by Patty D, and it has different questions every single day, like a morning and night reflection. And when I first started this journal, I redo it every year because my answers change. The one question that always hits me is stop asking people, what do you do? And start asking them, what do you love to do? Because that's when you really find out people's purpose. Not a lot of people aren't really doing what they love.
Yeah.
Um, and people's purpose is always connected to what fuels them.
Yes. And the thing is, like, the purpose, another thing I've learned is your purpose doesn't have to lie in doing the thing you love. But if you're not in a position
Mm-hmm.
or haven't put yourself in one or aren't clear on how to be in a position to do what you love, how does that purpose resonate in what you are doing? And
Exactly.
that purpose is going to be the same.
Exactly. Because someone was talking about even something as simple as, not as simple, I think this is actually really difficult, but a garbage man. No one's purpose is to pick up garbage. But if someone's purpose is to provide a safe environment, to love people, like they will put that into their work.
Yeah.
Because I don't think my purpose is to like act or sing or dance. I think my purpose is to love, and that's what fuels me. That's and to understand. So that's what I feel like, if I can get that out of my art and also put that into the world, then I'm living in my purpose. Otherwise, the idea of just doing it for affirmation, that well will run dry,
Yeah. Yeah. And quickly and stay
quickly.
dry when it's there. For
Yes.
sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I definitely feel that. So in your introduction, we've done your bio, we've done your index card of who you are, what you do. I want to dive into your name because
Yes.
I know a couple of months ago on social media, you shared your journey with sharing and using your full name in public and professionally and everything. And I know that there are certain discoveries you had to unlock to get to that place and then to find the words to share that place. I'm curious more so about what discoveries you've unlocked since announcing your relationship with your full name and what it is and why it is what it is and how you use your full name now.
So my full name is Fumi Okuboyejo. Well, Fumi Sandra Chioma Okuboyejo. And I've always gone by Sandra. My parents told me actually when I was when my mom was pregnant, they were thinking, what should we name her? What should we name her? They asked other people for their name recommendations. And a few people in my family actually came up with Sandra, including my mom. So that was the name that was like, everyone wanted that. But with me being Nigerian, it also was a sign of respect to have my grandpa, give me my first name. So he named me Fumi. Fumi was not the choice everybody wanted, but Fumi got it out of respect. And so I've always just been conditioned to Sandra. Even my parents never really called me Fumi, but Fumi was my legal name. So when I go to school and they take attendance, they say Fumi, Fumi, Fumi. Of course, you get, the idiots that would make fun of you. Like, oh my God, it sounds like fungus. Kids are just cruel. So I detested my name for a while because I didn't have a connection to it and because of the way it was ridiculed. And lastly, because I thought it meant, God's favorite. That's what I was told. So I was like, okay, yes, God's favorite. But I found out it meant God gives me joy. And I think that really describes me as a human too. So I think that, it's really fitting. But a few months ago, I just felt so liberated to step into myself fully. And I really was like, you know what? I should just go by Fumi. By this point, some of my friends would call me Foom. Some call me Foom Foom. Some call me Fumi. Most call me Sandra, but like my loved ones call me Fumi. And I was like, I think that's the move I want to make, just to step into myself wholly.
Yeah.
But then I decided against that because I thought, why am I doing this?
Right.
And I think there was a part of myself that was like, that wanted to prove how Nigerian I was. I was like, let me prove I'm very Nigerian. Fumi Okuboyejo is my name, for crying out loud. But I don't have any connection to Fumi. I'm not, it's not like my parents called me Fumi and then I decided to give myself a nickname. And now I'm finally addressing, no, Sandra is the name I have that connection to. My parents call me Sandra. Like, I've always been called Sandra. I don't have that really that vital connection to Fumi as I do to Sandra.
Right.
And I was trying to change my name, I think, for the wrong reasons. So I go by Sandra Okuboyejo, but what's different is I'm not ashamed to say that my name is Fumi.
Yeah.
If anything, I love it. And I think it's kind of like a badge of honor for my closest friends. Like the people who love me and, just want to be cute and give me a nickname.
Celebrate the entirety of Sandra.
Yes. And it's Fumi is a part of me. Of course, I love that name fully. But yeah, I was just doing it for the wrong reasons, and I'm really just happy with where I am now. And if people want to call me Foom, I welcome it.
Welcome. You see, welcome in the room. This is who all gonna be there. But of course, tapping into your Nigerian roots, as you share with us this, where your family is from. You're first generation American?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, the first person in my entire family born in America.
Really?
Yeah, my sister was born in Nigeria.
Wow.
I know, isn't that crazy?
That it actually yes. It's real. So before COVID changed everything about how we live, you were in rehearsals for Nollywood Dreams.
Yes.
Off-Broadway with MCC, which is conceptualized by Jocelyn Bioh, right? Of schoolgirls or the African Mean Girls play, right? Yes. So the one of the more recent projects from her masterful mind is Nollywood Dreams.
Yes.
And you were rehearsing for that, actually very, very, very close to opening, right?
The next day we were going to start dress rehearsal.
Wow.
and start previews that following Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah.
Previews are not even a week away. So how have you coped with COVID-19 halting the momentum of that project?
You know what? I will say, number one, I'm grateful that I know I have something to go back to, because a lot of projects got canceled. A lot of projects, they were told they would continue and then got canceled out of the blue. But MCC has been really dedicated to bringing this on. And for whatever reason, I know a majority of it is also the fact that Jocelyn's just a genius and her art deserves to be up everywhere all the time. And it's a comedy. I really think I left Hamilton, and that was the job I went to after Hamilton. And I didn't realize how much I just needed to tell this story that I loved and resonated with. And so it was definitely upsetting, when the pandemic started, because I just love what I do. And I love the people that I do it with. And not to mention financially, I was like, what am I going to do? There were so many aspects of just livelihood that were turned on its head. But I'm happy that I have something humorous to look forward to. And my character in the show wants nothing more than to be a Nollywood actress, but her circumstances have her running her parents' travel agency with her sister. So her circumstances and her dreams just don't match up. And what a better way for me to walk into this when everything opens back up, because that drive and that eagerness to do what I love and be with who I love, which is another plot twist in the show. Everyone will find that out. It'll feel a lot more real to me and to the audience. But the halt was difficult. It was so difficult because I was so happy. And just looking forward to everything. And when you're up there, that fall is even further. So when everything stopped, I felt like I fell 3,000 stories. It was just
okay. That's how roller coaster engineers make their money. Okay.
Yeah, give you that second of you thinking you're not going to make it out, and then
the entire state in the
all up and down. So yeah, that was difficult, but I'm lucky that I'm here with my family. I have a home, my home in New York. I have it sublet. So things have found their way. I found solutions to the seemingly never-ending problems that came on when this first started.
Wow.
But I'm excited. This is going to be a show that people will need. We'll need this joy when we come back.
Yeah. Honestly, truly. Yeah. Was so looking forward to attending, but now I still get to attend. Just a different year than I thought.
Yeah, a different year entirely. Yes, a different year. But it's still set in Nollywood in the 90s. I'm excited because people don't even really know about Nollywood.
Yeah. We've been saying that so loosely, I think. I mean, that's why
yeah.
Describe a little bit. It's like, Nollywood.
Nollywood stands for Nigerian Hollywood, and it's actually the second largest film industry in the world. Hollywood is number 3, actually. So it beats Hollywood. And Bollywood is number 1.
Yeah, I was about to say India has to be first.
Yeah, absolutely. Bollywood takes the top spot, but Nollywood takes the top spot in my heart. But Nollywood is just hilarious. I don't even know how to describe it. It's my childhood. Every time I got my hair braided, when I was hanging out with my family.
Okay, girl, same. I did not know what was going on, but
the subtitles came in clutch.
I was like, I know enough Spanish to catch on to some French.
Right. But it's kind of, the heightened drama, like a telenovela, very similar to Nollywood. Just the stakes could not be higher all the time.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited for that laughter and for people to, be immersed into the Nollywood world, because it's one that might be jarring at first if you don't know what's going on, but the second you're comfortable in that world and you just allow yourself to be immersed into it, you won't want to leave. It's just so much fun.
That's so funny. You said nothing but stakes. Nollywood is
nothing but stakes. Physical stakes, emotional stakes, all the stakes, bring it on.
In the body language everywhere, all the stakes. I love that you in describing that experience of halting everything for the pandemic, you said, this is the beginning of like never ending problems, which I was going to say, you're so young, but we're not that far apart. We're so young. You're very young. You're very young. And I was like, Dad, I hate to break it to you, girl, but adulthood, nothing but problems.
Not it. Remember that song from, oh God, I forget, Haley Williams, Ain't It Fun?
Oh, yes, girl. When
it's not fun.
That was in my book. That was in my book.
I need to hear you sing it. Give me a 32 anytime.
I mean, when we met, you were 21. And what's crazy is that in rehearsal, I didn't know because you were rehearsing like between classes or like between classes and another rehearsal or something. So when they're like, oh, everyone who's in a show has to go. And I'm like, oh yeah, the people who have to go right now, they go to their Broadway gig. No, Sandra was going to Pace University.
I was going to voice lessons.
Okay, because I thought she was Sarah. Okay, she's singing the altar part. Okay. But
that was such a blast.
Yeah, right. I that's one thing. That's a project. No matter what happens in the trajectory of all that, Ragtime on Ellis Island is such a precious thing.
Yeah, it's so
no matter
beautiful.
Where anything happens, when and why. It's just such a precious thing already. So yeah, so we met when you were 21, working on a workshop of Ragtime on Ellis Island, and soon after you graduated, 2 months after you graduated, you were in Chicago with the so, like,
right.
I know as a young adult, there are so many growing pains that we experience just by being of this age, being of this time, being Black, being a woman, being an artist. Like there's so many already, but I know your growing pains, of course, are specific to your experience. So as someone who graduated college in New York, grew up in New York, graduated, New York is also another growing pain, but then left immediately for such a huge contract and experience to even people who know nothing about theater and Broadway. What growing pains did you experience that were specific to like that transition, or just that are very specific to you?
Oh gosh, so many.